Lucifer is an American occult detective fiction, police procedural comedy drama originally on Fox before it was later picked up by Netflix. The series is about the titular character, Lucifer Morningstar, who was cast out of heaven, forced to rule hell, left hell to retire in Los Angeles, and eventually met the human detective Chloe Decker. Together, Lucifer and Chloe solve crimes and deal with supernatural threats as they struggle to make their will they or won't their relationship work. In this video, I'd like to focus on one scene from Season 5 Episode 9 of the show. So, spoilers ahead, obviously. In this scene, there are 5 characters: God, Lucifer's dad, Amanadiel and Michael, Lucifer's brothers, Lucifer himself, and Dr. Linda Martin, who is Lucifer's friend and therapist. The scene is based on the idea of a family dinner. This is how the 5 characters are set up. God and Lucifer sit on the opposite ends of the table, while the 2 brothers, Amanadiel and Michael, sit on the left and right side of God. At first glance, this setup seems natural and almost arbitrary. However, upon closer examination, this scene implicitly establishes the difference between the mortal and the divine. Part 1: The Cross. Out of the 5 characters, 4 are from the divine plane: God, Amanadiel, Michael, and arguably, Lucifer. The characters' seating arrangement fits a standard Christian cross, and this effect could only be achieved using a table with the same dimensions as the one used in the show. Simply put, the visual representation of the divine cross composed of 4 divine beings could not be achieved if they used a square table or a circular one. The table was deliberately chosen for this scene to create this divine symbol. Part 2: The Odd One Out. Let's go back to Dr. Linda Martin, who is the only character who comes from the mortal plane. In the given scenario, where a perfect Christian cross already establishes the divinity of 4 characters, where exactly is Dr. Martin located? She sits right next to Amanadiel, who, spoilers for Season 4, fathers a child with her. The child's name is Charlie. The setup places Linda in an awkward position on the table, further expounding the fact that she, a human, doesn't belong in this gathering of divine beings. No Christian cross looks like this or this. It just doesn't fit, and in the same manner, it's implied that she doesn't fit. If they used a square table, or a circular one for this scene, it would be impossible to achieve the same suggested awkwardness of Linda's physical and metaphorical position in this group. Part 3: Rosemary. What hammers down the difference between these 4 divine beings and one mortal being is the dialogue right after Linda takes a bite out of God's food. I'll let the scene play out to show you.
Oh my God. I mean, this is delicious. Almost
heavenly. All it takes is just the right amount of rosemary.
What?
That's me right after I realized the importance of that rosemary line. Rosemary is a herb that is often associated with the Virgin Mary. According to the legend, during the flight of the Holy Family to Egypt, Mary brought rosemary flowers from the Holy Land. At some point, the Virgin Mary covered the rosemary flowers with her cloak. The flowers, which were said to be originally white, turned blue because of Mary's cloak. One can easily make the connection between Dr. Linda Martin, who bore God's grandchild, Charlie, and the Virgin Mary, who bore God's child, Jesus. 2 mortal beings that'll always be connected to the divine plane.
All it takes is just the right amount of rosemary.
He said it!
Lucifer is a great show. The writing, the plot, the characters themselves, and even the most minor details in each episode just speak volumes about the amount of thought needed to make a series like this happen. Something as simple as putting divine characters in a family dinner, which is a normal human thing to do, is so interesting to watch and analyze.
I know what you're trying to do, but I'm not gonna let you ruin this, Samael. Very well. Michael?
It's Michael.
Is it? I mean, we're twins, after all. Fairly certain Dad wanted them to rhyme. Dad?
I did like the sound of that.